All right, so this is Through the Ages, the new Leaders and Wonders expansion. And I didn't realize there was an expansion. It's just in a small box, so it's not a big box game like the Through the Ages game is. Found this at the game store in Great Falls. Used to be called Downtown Dice. I think now it's called Let's Play Toys and Games. And what you get with this new expansion is really, really cool. You get these, basically you get double the number of leaders and wonders that you have in the basic game. You also get 2 new displays on which to array those leaders and wonders. And then there are proxy cards that get seeded into the deck instead of those wonders and those leaders. At least during ages 1, 2, and 3. During age A, it works exactly the same, with the exception that you collect all of your, one of the things you do before the game starts, you collect all of the leaders, including the expansion pieces. You shuffle them up, and then you deal out a number of them according to the number of players that you're going to be using. Either going to be 7 leaders and 5 wonders, or it's going to be 6 leaders and 6 wonders. And then the rest are just removed sight unseen from the game. Then the decks get constructed. But in ages 1, 2, and 3, there's these proxy cards, and so you get to see at the beginning of the age what cards are going to be available to you, but you don't get to see when they're going to come out. It's a pretty cool new mechanic. So what I do, instead of leaving them up there and leaving the proxy cards on the card stripe, what I go ahead and do is I just remove this from the stripe, put it in my discard pile, and then transfer from there to the card stripe. So a pretty cool new expansion. That's not all you get. You also get a completely they rebalanced, I think, some of the military cards, but they give you whole new decks for them. It's something to do with they couldn't print them new cards to match the old ones 100%, so they just gave you all new military cards. You get a ton of new cards with the expansion. And then there's, I can't remember exactly how many, but there's several cards that have been rebalanced. Wonders, governments. I think there's a few cards that are leaders as well that have been rebalanced according to the reports from playing the mobile apps. So there is a Through the Ages mobile app, at least for iPad. I don't know about Android. I don't have it. I don't play it. I don't tend to play the video games as much anymore. I prefer to play tabletop. But so there's some rebalanced cards that allegedly are going to make the game just a little bit more balanced as they get more data from playing on the apps. And so that gets included in the game as well. So Through the Ages, it's already an amazing game. To me, this is my favorite of the Civ type games. I know it may not look like a Civilization game. You just see a bunch of cards and cubes and stuff, but it really does tell a story of history, and it's a very, very deep game. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. And so if you're interested in taking your copy to the next level, this is a pretty inexpensive expansion. It was like $20, and it adds quite a lot to the game. Really enjoying the new leaders. I'll just give you one example of a new leader. Here we have Saladin, and what he allows you to do is after your action phase, you get to decide either to increase your strength by 2 or gain 1 civil action. That's one of those white cubes, and you choose that at the end of your turn. It lasts until the next decision point or until he leaves play. And so that's kind of cool. At the end of your turn, I decided this turn that this guy, because he's got a monarchy going, we'll go ahead and give Saladin another action. He's already the strongest of the bunch on the military track owing to his phalanx technology, his heavy cavalry, and his warrior band. So that gives you an idea of some of the new leaders. Let me see. I think Statue of Liberty is a new... Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in on this. Statue of Liberty is a new Wonder of the World for age 2. It's going to give you 3 yellow cubes to your bank, which is always a good thing. The government produces culture equal to its level. That's kind of nice. It's built in only 2 stages. One of those stages is pretty expensive, but it's only 2 stages to build the Statue of Liberty, so that's one of the new wonders included for Era 2. Again, the number of leaders and wonders has been doubled Now you're not going to play with double of them. You can play with all the new ones, or you can mix them up, which is the preferred method, which is what I'm using. I think that makes it a little bit more exciting. There's some familiarity of the old cards with the incorporation of, hey, what's this? New ones. So that's Through the Ages, and highly recommend this new expansion, Leaders and Wonders.